mic is on, right? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Which camera? This one? Oh, this one? Okay. Well, I think it's time I tell you guys the truth about pageantry. Psych, I'm kidding. Anyway, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I don't know where to even start, guys. So this is my official Miss Florida Teen USA Storytime pageant is officially over. And though I did think this video was going to be a little bit different, I thought I was gonna have a crown on my head. Well, I don't. I'm really excited to share a little bit about this experience with you guys. Honestly, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. If you guys do know, I am 19 years old, so I am finally aged out of the teen division. Honestly, I think I have like a few months left. I know that next year I won't be able to compete in a teen competition ever, which is kind of sad, but you know what? Here we are. I'm going to tell you guys how my weekend went and how I'm feeling right now. I know it is a little bit bittersweet that the pageant is over. I know I did promise you guys I was going to share everything. I have to put it all into one little video. For the people that are new here, my name is Naya and I do compete in pageants. I started my pageant experience about, I don't even know, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I can't remember. I feel like I've been doing it my whole entire life because pageantry does take a lot of work, as many of you guys that have been watching me for a while know. So I competed in my first pageant when I was 16 years old. It was a Latin pageant and I ended up winning my first pageant, which was insane. And honestly, I had an entire year to be a queen. It was a Latin pageant. I had to learn Spanish in like 4 months. I did know how to speak it, but I really didn't know how to express myself that well in Spanish. So that was a very great experience. I was able to connect with my Puerto Rican culture a little bit more. And honestly, I feel like a few months into my reign that year, I started doing my research and I was like, what if we do another pageant one last time? Let's see. Remember, I did go to my first ever New York Fashion Week. September. I don't know the years, guys, but I'll put it here, some pictures. And I remember meeting some of the Miss USA girls, Miss Teen USA, Miss USA girls, and I was like, wait a minute, what is this? And I looked into it and I was like, wait, wouldn't it be so cool if I went to it? And honestly, I felt like it fit my vibe. I saw the girls were showing a lot of their personalities, the type of content they did, the things that they advocated for. I knew that I wanted to do something like that. And I was like, wait, I think this might be a perfect fit for me. But the Miss USA system was kind of going through a lot. If many of you guys know, they had a different owner and I was still not sure if I was even able to compete because we didn't even know if there was going to be a national pageant at that time. And I saw that Miss USA did have a new director and they announced the national pageant and I was like, wait guys, we're going. I also went to Miss Florida Teen USA last May 2025 and I was like, wait guys, I have to go on that stage. I remember seeing the opening and the girls serving and I was like, I need to be there. Applications for Miss Florida Teen USA still weren't open when I started prepping for this pageant. I found my coaches, I started looking for my wardrobe because I was like, we need to start getting ready. We need to start prepping. This is a very hard competition and we need to get right to it. We need to start working. I remember I got my gown around November. I went dress shopping. I saw my gown and I was like, this one's the one. The dress was just completely perfect. And then applications opened. I ended up getting the title of Miss Lake Nona Teen. And then I started connecting more with the community in Lake Nona. I made a few videos. I worked really hard. A lot of prep went into that. I remember I had to get a job. Pageants are very expensive and I didn't have a job and I needed to pay for all my wardrobe, everything, the hair, makeup, pictures, all of that jazz I had to pay for out of pocket. And I remember I got my job around October. I remember the exact date, October 24th. Met a lot of good people during that time. That's actually where I met my boyfriend. Shout out to him. And I remember when I met him and I met everyone at work, I was like, oh guys, I'm competing at Miss Florida Teen USA and it's gonna be so good. I remember showing everyone the stage and they were like, oh my god. It was crazy, but that's a story time for another day. People from work really do know that I was putting a lot of hard work into that. I remember my first few weeks starting there, I had a little notebook. Actually, I have the notebook right here. This is my little notebook, and I was writing interview questions. From outside perspective, a lot of people don't understand that pageantry is a lot of not only physical prep, but also mental prep. I had to mentally prepare myself for what was coming. I obviously always said I was going to win. I was like, I'm going to win this. I told everyone, well, I'm coming back with a crown, because that's the energy that you need to have. If you don't go into a competition feeling like you're already a queen and a winner, the judges are gonna see right through you and they're gonna be like, well, this girl's not really a queen. We're gonna pick the queen. So I always went with that energy. I was like, I'm a queen. I'm Miss Florida Teen USA. I'm gonna hit that stage, serve. But yeah, it's actually in my vision board. I could finally show you guys my little vision board that I have on here. This is kind of sad to see now that it's all over, but here I have, this is my vision board. Here I have Kira from last year winning Miss Florida Teen USA. I have Mylan winning Miss Teen USA. I have a whole lot of cool stuff on my vision board, things that I want. And I manifested also, so here we are. I got everything but the crown, but it's okay. It was finally the time. I was 19. This was my last year that I was able to compete. So I was like, I'm going to give it my all. Everything has to go perfect. I have to do everything I can. And it went that way. I honestly did such an amazing job. I don't really need the validation from anyone to tell me how spectacular that was. My walk in the gown was so tea. Fitness, everything went perfectly. My interview, oh, actually, this is my interview outfit, guys. It's a jumpsuit, a white jumpsuit, but I will be wearing it once again after this video because it was perfect. I actually ended up buying 3 different interview outfits, and this one was like my second one, and I ended up going with this one because I was like, this is the one that I feel the most confident version of myself in. I also competed for Grand Iconic a few months ago in March, and I ended up winning the title. So before Miss Florida Teen USA, I had never lost a pageant. So this was my biggest pageant and my best performance, and I ended up losing, which was honestly a reality touch that I feel like I needed. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. It's only been a few days, so I'm still kind of, having that pageant hangover. I still wake up every morning being like, oh my god, the pageant already passed and I don't have to go to nationals. I can't go to Miss Teen USA. So yeah, it's kind of a reality touch. Can't wait to keep working alongside the Miss Grand Iconic organization for my year. I am still title holder, so Pageant Naya, it's not over yet, okay? We still have a lot of cool things that I really have planned for the next year. Other than the prep, let's begin talking about my weekend, because that's what the story time is about. My weekend at Miss Florida Teen USA. So obviously I get there at 6 in the morning. At 6 in the morning, I get to the hotel Friday night, which was July 10th, and I get my hair and makeup done. I'm honestly feeling my best. I wake up and I'm like, okay, it's finally here. It's finally here. I'm confident. I'm gonna be myself. I was playing a mental game with myself and I was like, don't let anything bring you down. Stay true to yourself. You're Naya. You got this. You're a queen. You're a boss. You're a boss. Honestly, we had to wait a lot for interview. Interview ended up being like at 11. And then we started, it was supposed to be at 9, but ended up being at 11 because the misses went first. And I didn't realize that we had 50 misses, which was insane. We only had 19 teens and we just kept rehearsing, and I had the opportunity to meet all the girls, talk to them, which honestly, guys, a little bit about my pageant experience and my background. I haven't had the most sisterhood in pageantry. I have had like a lot of cool connections. I met my best friend Lucy there through pageantry, but I've never been to a competition where me and the girls get along so well. That's why I wanted to compete in the Miss USA organization, because I saw a lot of the girls and I was like, is this sisterhood real? And I also had a roommate, which I was terrified for. I was like, oh my god, what if like my roommate is evil? That first day I was talking to all of the girls, got to know them a little bit better, and I was like, wait a minute, like they're just like me, they're just girls. We started talking about Love Island. It was myself. That's exactly what I wanted to be the whole entire weekend. Was I want them to see who Naya is, and if I don't go home with the crown, I want these girls to remember me as me being myself, being encouraging and inspiring, and I really hope that I left that with them. I don't know, guys, if any of them watch this video, I really hope I was able to inspire you guys in a way. I know that you guys really did change my life, I would say, and I can't wait to one day come back to you guys. Interview happened. Interview was really good. I feel like that was my best interview yet. I gave sass, I gave Puerto Rican from the island, and spoke from the heart, which was the most important part. And I was very happy with my interview, honestly, no regrets. And then after that, we had rehearsals all day, and then we had orientation, which they're literally that whole entire day was spending time with the girls, which was my favorite part about the whole pageant. I remember my family was able to visit me for 30 minutes, and I almost started crying, telling my mom, like, I I didn't think it was going to be like this. I didn't think I was gonna have this connection with the girls, which is something truly so special. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. And then I remember I saw my roommate. I gave her a cute little gift, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited that you're my roommate. I remember when I found out it was her, I was like, ah! I'm so excited. And then we made some TikToks. We were talking to each other, and honestly, it was low-key a slay. Story time of what happened to me and my roommate. So we had to carry everything from the ballroom to the rooms, which was, honestly, it felt like a 20-minute walk. It was probably 10-minute walk. And then we ended up leaving our suitcases in the hallway just so we could bring the rest. Like, we just left half of our luggage. We ended up locking ourselves out the room. It took them 45 minutes. We went downstairs to ask for a new key. They gave us a wrong key. Then we went back downstairs and we were like, this is not the right key. They gave us the wrong key. Then we called them, and then we were like, can you call security or something to open up the door? We have 2 hours to get ready for orientation and settle in. Security didn't hurry up to come upstairs, so we went back downstairs and we were like, guys, we've came down here like 2 times and we still don't have a key. Security was actually upstairs waiting for us, and then I was like, come with me, just in case this key doesn't work. That key didn't work either, but luckily our keys were inside of the room and we didn't lock ourselves out. So shout out to my girl Trinity, my roommate, which honestly, I have so much great things to say about her. I love laughing with you. I remember one night, the night before finals, we were just laughing in the room and I almost pissed myself, to be honest. I was like dying of laughter. Second day was prelims day. It was literally rehearsals all day, and then the day came for me to get on that stage. Prelims, no notes. So good. There was things that I was like, okay, I could do better on finals. I could do better. In finals, I could do a little hair flip. I could do this and this and that. But honestly, no notes for prelims. Everything was perfect. The way I walked down the stairs was so tea, to be honest. And after prelims, we had the luau party, which I was able to share with my family and my friends. I remember hitting the Cotton Eye Joe with my boyfriend. I forced him, which he hates dancing, but I had to do it. I had to force him. Like, if I tell the DJ to put the Cotton Eye Joe, will you do it with me? So I talked to the DJ and I was like, can you please put me the Cotton Eye Joe? And he did. And then he put me some line dances. And then I brought everyone up to dance because no one was dancing. And I'm from Puerto Rico, so I had to bring some sazon into there. And if it's a party, I have to dance. I love dancing. So I danced a little bit, even if it was just me and my boyfriend and 2 other girls dancing. I danced it off because that's what a party is all about. Then it reached to finals day, which I was low-key like so scared. The only thing that scared me for finals day was on stage question, and not really scared me, but I was ready for on stage question. I was just very like, oh my god, I've never done on stage question. I really hope I do good. I practiced the night before, and honestly, I didn't mess up once, and it was really good, and I was feeling very confident. So that's the only thing that I was like, let's see how it goes for finals. I was like, okay, it has to be stronger than prelims. And so it was. That opening number, I was like a little lost and everything, but I just made sure to be like, so good. Fitness was so good. Oh, I reached top 10. Top 10. Was it top 10 or top 11? I'm not sure, but I'm just going to say top 10. I was top 10, so I was like, okay, now we're doing fitness and gown. We have to eat it up. And so it was. It was. I really did eat it up. I was like, honestly, I have no notes for myself. There's nothing I could have done, to be honest. There's really nothing. Everything was perfect. I did exactly what I wanted to do. And then after gown, it was top 6, and that's when I stayed in the top 10. They called top 6, and I didn't get to even do my onstage question, which I'm kind of sad about. And I sadly did not get top 6, but it is okay. I still had a blast, and I was still in that top 10, and I was still able to do my fitness and my gown. I really do wish that I was able to do onstage question. I was kind of relieved. I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to embarrass myself. And then also on the other side, I was like, I prepped for this. I really wanted to do it, but we weren't able to do it. So we were top 10 at Miss Florida Teen USA, which is a great accomplishment. It just wasn't for me, and what can we do about it? It's a dream I've had for a few years, but I have bigger dreams that I know I'm going to accomplish. I was really in my head like, oh, there's no way I'm not in that top 6. But I got humbled real quick because I wasn't in that top 6. So after that, I went backstage, and that's when it hit me. I was like, oh my god, like, what the heck? I was in that top 6. Like, that's crazy. I was like, I did shed a few tears. I was like, like all the hard work that you put into something, and you don't get to accomplish it is really sad. But also at the end of the day, it's not up to me, so there's nothing I could have done about it. And after, I remember I had to watch the farewell, and it really did hit me. It was after that I do feel like a changed young woman after that experience, because now I'm like, there's nothing that could stop me. You brought out the Naya that needed to be brought out. I really do have bigger goals for myself than pageantry. Like, I don't want to be a queen for the rest of my life. I want to have my own name. And it's hard. Like, I had to stand there on that stage watching someone else live out my dream, but I know I'm not the only one. It's all of us girls. That's our biggest dream, and it kind of just goes down to the judges. So it's really sad. I honestly wish we could all win, but that's not how pageantry works, and that's what you literally sign up for, to be judged. That day, I remember I was like, guys, why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we compete to be judged? And congratulations to our new Miss Florida Teen USA, Sarah Duncan. I'm really proud of her. She was actually first runner-up last year, and I know that this has been one of her biggest dreams since she was a little girl, so I'm really excited to cheer her on at Miss Teen USA. I also have to give a shout out to my girl Mia Vanessa Prom. Oh, she's doing the open call for Miss Teen USA, so go vote for her so she has a chance to compete at Miss Teen USA. I want to cheer for 2 girls, which is Mia and Sarah, and I'm really excited to see what Sarah does with her year. And also, shout out to the new Miss Florida USA. But obviously, it was sad. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was a lot of, it was traumatizing. It was traumatizing just watching your dream fall apart in the span of seconds. Feels insane. But we're fine. I'm okay. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm a little bit relieved because I feel like obviously I have won every single pageant I've went to, so I've had to work for an entire year for an organization, and I couldn't act a certain way on my YouTube channel, post certain content on my social media. I felt like I had to hide a lot of parts of myself that I wanted to show the world. Also, like I mentioned, pageants are very expensive, and I really didn't have enough money to pay for other photo shoots I wanted to do, so I always had to keep everything pageant, 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 pageant. Now I could invest more in my YouTube channel, which is one of my biggest priorities right now. Trust me, guys, we are back better than ever. And that's why maybe I felt a little bit relieved, because I was like, guys, another year like in a contract, and I won't really be able to do everything that I want to do. Honestly, I gave the performance of my life. I was truly made to perform on a stage like that, and it was so good. I know I might sound a little bit cocky, but guys, if you guys could watch it, truly go watch my performance at Miss Florida Teen USA because it was spectacular. I don't know. That was my prime. That was my prime. That was peak. There's something about me that when I got on stage, I go like, I transform into a whole new person. And this experience has truly changed me completely. That's pretty much it. I do want to give a special shout out to all my girls. I really truly love all of you guys, and you guys were so amazing during this weekend. Thank you for being nice to me. Some names that I could think of: April, Mia, Sarah, of course. Who else? Oh my god, guys, I'm really bad at names. Jeannie, Trinity, my roommate. I love you, girl. Who else? Who else? Oh my god. Brianna, I think that's how you say it. Brianna, Amari's, you guys truly really do mean the world to me, and you made this experience 10 times better. I gotta do it one last time. Gorgeous. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.